So with the recent surge of Bleach news lately, we got some more stuff to talk about. Quite a few things, actually. For starters, let's talk about Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach, and what's been going on with him recently with his return to Twitter. Now, since my last video, he's actually posted more stuff on Twitter, and one of the things to note is that a lot of people are questioning his sanity and his boredom, his level of boredom, and I guess what he's trying to do at this particular point in life in general, because he posted up a good, I think, 3 or 4 different pictures of him with a bomb ass, and I mean the detail is just absolutely insane, cosplay of Mayuri. He's actually cosplaying as Mayuri. Now, some people are theorizing maybe there's a possibility that he's gonna have a role in the actual Bleach live action film, that he's gonna play Mayuri, because if you look at the pictures, they're actually professionally taken. Like, some of them he's actually in, like, you know, the white room with the white studio for the white floor and the white background and stuff like that. So he actually, unless he's just genuinely bored and he hired a photographer and all that good shit to do this, then there's possibly a reason he's doing this. Maybe he just wanted to have a really cool Twitter picture, I don't know. But then you also see like one normal picture of him chilling in the studio sipping a colada, like, my manga just got canceled, but that's none of my business though. Where that logic be doing that at? So yeah, and people are questioning exactly what's going on with Kubo these days, because there's some translations of some of those pictures that he posted up, and apparently he's just really been playing Dragon Quest a lot, and he kind of just doesn't know what to do with himself with all this free time he has, considering the fact that this man worked 15 years on writing manga. Like, I would honestly suspect that his social life is probably shit, because writing manga on Shonen Jump, it probably takes up 99.9% of your life, so you really don't know what to do with yourself, I would imagine, afterwards. So he's probably struggling with that right now. I know in the past he talked about wanting to do fashion, but who knows if he even wants to do that anymore. Again, the man is kind of off the rails a little bit if he's cosplaying as Mayuri on his free time, like not giving a fuck about anything. And based on everything that transpired, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in no rush, like never, to come back to Jump after 15 years of hard work, and it all goes up in flames towards the end when they rush the shit out of his manga. But then we also have a little bit more news regarding live action stuff, because apparently there was a TV special, a 30-minute special, and not apparently because I actually saw it myself, that was broadcast live in Japan, where they had, I think it's some of the actors from the movie, the upcoming live action movie, they were cosplaying as the characters that they're supposed to be playing. So you had Ichigo, you had Orihime, but one thing that stuck out to me, like, was like, whoa, because you've never seen this outside of the manga, was there was a dude that was dressed up as Bach, as Yhwach or Yhwach, whatever the hell you want to call him, and I was kind of like, what could this mean? Could this mean anything? Could it just mean that they needed a spot because they had nothing else to put on that particular day? I think it was to promote Volume 74, as well as the upcoming Bleach live action that's coming out in like another year, which I don't know why you're promoting something that won't even be out till 2018, but whatever there. So it was kind of interesting to see it. Again, I'll probably have a link in the description below so you can check out the full thing. It was kind of funny, but it was also bizarre. If you don't know about Japanese live action TV shows like this, which again, it was just a 30-minute special, it's not an ongoing thing, it feels as though you're watching something that like was made in the 70s or the 80s regarding the way the comedy is done. It feels very cheesy, and it feels very like they're pandering towards children, but at the same time, I don't think children would necessarily be watching a live action like talk show where they're kind of dressed like police. They look like they're Kochikami police, but at the same time, then you have like the Bleach characters. It was really kind of bizarre, to be honest with you. I felt like I was watching like a 1979 episode of The Price is Right or something, just really weird. But aside from that, there really wasn't any news coming out of that. It was just kind of a weird thing to see, which again, I'll have linked in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Ichigo, Orihime, they had a Menos Grande there as well, and then you had Yhwach coming out, which, yo, it's funny as shit to see him. But then lastly, a few weeks ago, there was some comments from Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach, regarding the live action film, as well as some of those actors talking about the live action film as well. Translations aren't the best, but we can read them and then we can talk about them as well. So let's jump into that. So starting off with Tite Kubo's comments, he had to say this: a movie carelessly came to mind, which I don't think that's, again, correctly how he said it, because that just sounds like a straight up dick thing. Like, I was just randomly one day, you know, taking a shit, wiping my butthole, and then I thought about, Bleach could use a live action movie, right? The plan of a live action movie that continues to fall apart thanks to this and that. Wow, continues to fall apart thanks to this and that. So could there be some legit production problems? And Kubo was actually addressing it like, yeah, things is going bad. Like, I'm kind of curious, is he aware of how bad some of the actual costumes and stuff like that for Ichigo and stuff are in the actual film? And that's why he's saying it's continuing to fall apart. This right there, before we go any further, that is, assuming that this is 100% a complete true translation, which again, he could be saying it in satire and joking around or whatever, which I'm sure he is, but ultimately the fact that he's starting off like that. When you're supposed to promote something and be hype about something, you never, especially no matter what, when it comes to promoting new products, you're never supposed to say, yeah, so we just made this bar of soap. This bar of soap, I don't know, man, we're producing it, and so far it's not complete, and we've been having a lot of problems. It's not going so good. Like, who the fuck does that? So the fact that he said that, I'm kind of curious. Could it be that he's referring to the actual script, maybe changes that they're making? Either way, it's a really, really horrible sign that the creator of Bleach himself is saying that it's falling apart thanks to this and that. Like, what is this and that is, I guess, the main question I have for that. Like, again, could it be the costumes? Could it be the story? Could it be some of the actors just don't give a fuck? Could it be that they don't really want him a part of it, giving that much input? Like, what could that mean? He says, mainly because of my quibble has now finally going to be realized. Fortunately, the timing overlap with the series end, contributing my best as the original author will try to be an aid in pleasing those who don't know about Bleach and satisfying readers of Bleach. So essentially he's saying, since the timing of the manga being over, he can actually give a lot of input to them or whatever, assuming that they want it. But also he's trying to be an aid in pleasing those who don't know about Bleach and satisfying the readers of Bleach. So essentially he wants for people that never read Bleach in their life, they just want to check out this movie called Bleach, they heard about it or whatever, to be able to watch the film, not know any of the mythology, any of that stuff, and just go and enjoy it. But also he wants to please people like us that we read 686 chapters, seen 366 episodes, and have high expectations, which good luck there, boy. You try to convince and please the casuals and the hardcores at the same time. I don't think you're gonna succeed very well when you're trying to please everyone. You know the saying, right? Like, you can't please everyone, just do your thing, basically. My only concern might be Ichigo's hair color. That color will look odd in live action. What should I do? It's orange, he's a ginger. How is that gonna look weird? Just fucking have the actor dye his hair or put on a damn wig. That's something that I don't understand with Japanese films, that they don't like to change the hair color of characters, like for the actual actors and stuff like that. Like in the Attack on Titan film with Eren and Armin, like Armin had just straight up black hair, and honestly at times, because the side shot or whatever, I would get confused as to who's Eren and who's Armin. And don't take that in any wrong way, it's just the fact that they are supposed to be distinguished. Like Armin, when I'm looking in the screen and stuff like that, and I'm thinking of Armin, I'm looking for a little blonde haired motherfucker. I'm not looking for somebody that looks just like Eren with black hair and stuff like that. So that threw me off, and I just don't get it. Put a fucking wig on or dye the motherfucker's hair. It's not that damn hard. Kon said Taite is expecting my screen debut, so kind of a joke of like, hey, Kon is saying, hey, I'll be in the movie too, which I'm sure they'll have some sort of Kon in there, assuming they can do the CGI, which it shouldn't be that difficult. Just throw in 10 seconds of Kon being there. But I'm imagining they're gonna have to write out a lot of plot points to do this whole movie, which I think it's gonna do the society stuff. So they got to get rid of some of the stuff from the early arc, and I don't even know if they'll probably have characters like Chad, because let's be honest, Chad, well, in society he did his thing, but ultimately he's not the most interesting. So they probably might write him out or something like that. Like I could see possibly Kon not even being in there, and that's the whole joke of this article. Then you also have the guy that's going to be the lead actor playing Ichigo Kurosaki, and he had this to say. At first, I was also surprised to hear Bleach is being made into a live movie. Playing Ichigo opposing Shinigami, I want to act with responsibility, and to see the very popular book reaching a conclusion after serialization for 15 years was deeply moving. As a reader, I want to see the gallant figure of Ichigo or other Shinigami some more, but even if I can invoke that same feeling in the movie, it'd be nice. And for director Sato, it is the next tag since Toshokan Senso. I'm a bit nervous, but I'll trust the director and do my best. So essentially he's been reading seemingly Bleach, I'm assuming, and he wanted more of the actual story, but since he's not getting any more of the story, he's gonna try his best to do whatever he can to make the character feel as much as he can like Ichigo Kurosaki. And apparently Kon said that the actor is very handsome and he's so jealous. Damn that Ichigo. And then we have the director Shinsuke Sato, I believe he's the director. He said this: Bleach, this grand tale will be turned into a movie. It's a world full of creativity. I'll try to draw it with the power of image and pictures. Soul Society, Holo, Zanpakuto, and Sato Fukushi going rampage as Ichigo. Enjoy with pleasure. And Kon said, Mr. Director, of course you're giving me a role, right? I love that they're keeping in the whole Kon joke and stuff like that, because Kon, even though he was a joke essentially, he did get the shaft towards the end of the series and barely got any moments. So at least they're throwing him in these little interviews, right? And with all that being said, let me know what you guys think. First of all, what do you think is going on with Tite Kubo in his personal life? Do you think that he's just bored and has no idea what to do with himself? Because again, I mean, it's really fucking cool, and I think it's so down to earth for a manga to do that. Like, I'm gonna cosplay as a character that I really love, because I believe his favorite character in Bleach is Mayuri. Do you think that there's more to it? Could it be that he's gonna play Mayuri in the Bleach live action film, or he just wanted to do it for the fuck of it? And what would you like, I guess, recommend for Kubo to do since he's done? Do you think he should do another manga? Maybe he should do a bi-monthly manga or a quarterly manga? Should he work on some more Bleach for another magazine? Like, what do you recommend Kubo to do with his time now that he's done writing Bleach? Also, what do you think about this whole live action 30-minute thing? Do you think it was just to promote the live action movie that's coming up? And do you think that is really silly if you've seen it? Again, if you haven't, link in the description below so you can check out the wackiness that is Japanese live action TV. And regarding the movie, what do you think about Kubo's comments saying that he's kind of unsure and this movie is falling apart? Do you think that that's a really horrible sign if the creator of the original story himself is like, ooh, like, to me that scares the shit out of me, because I already have low expectations when it comes to live action film adaptations of anime and manga, and to hear that, I'm like, bro, put a fucking wig on this dude, like, give your input as best as you can and make this some good shit. I mean, how fucking hard? I mean, I know it's hard, but come on. And just your overall thoughts of all this. I thought it was pretty interesting, a lot of Bleach news, so I wanted to just compile it all into this big video. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Kubo, write more manga or something, bro. Stop the insanity, stop the hocus pocus, just do it.